3 women had to channel their power in order to open these gateways to another dimension for her. What was she going to find on the other side? How would she come back to her dimension? Once she got there, the first person she met was her Prince Charming. When they saw each other from a distance, they alighted their horses, ran towards each other and hugged. This dimension was mirroring everything she had wished for in her actual reality. The test was whether she would be able to leave this fantasy world and return to the real one. The doorway back to reality opened behind them while she yet stood in the arms of her man, but she chose not to leave. Therefore, it disappeared and on the other side of reality. The 3 women were still waiting for her to reappear, but she didn't. Feeling highly disappointed, they left the room one after the other, and the last of them threw down her water pot in anger. Meanwhile, on the other side, Nenev's life had taken a turn for the best, and she was so happy. However, was this going to last, or would this dimension serve her worst nightmares too? That evening, her family and friends had just finished having dinner. Her husband was cleaning the dishes as she was clearing the table while her daughter was playing with friends. Suddenly, a big bang on the door startled them all. Someone was breaking it down. Naneve took her daughter quickly, opened the cellar, and escorted her down the stairs into hiding. Then the intruder broke the door and entered the house with a loud roar. Naneve took the axe quickly, told her daughter to remain hidden as she kissed her, and ran up the stairs to help fight the intruder. Once she came upstairs, she found that he had already been defeated. However, when she came outside, she found another one whom she fought and bested. Looking around, she saw that all her friends had been defeated. Naneve's best life had turned around into her worst nightmare. Her husband, who was the last man standing, was fighting 2 of them. Before Nynaeve could help, they overwhelmed and crushed him right in front of her. Seeing the defeat of her best friend and now her husband, she broke out into a loud emotional scream that activated her powers. This defeated all the enemies and also activated the exit doorway out of that dimension back into reality. Since she didn't want this dimension anymore, she took her daughter and ran towards the gateway to cross over into reality. When she appeared on the other side, her daughter disappeared from her arms because that life was all a lie.